First video of the heater box out. I've had a look online, and I've actually had a look in the manual that I bought, and it doesn't give me any information, which isn't helpful. So I'm just looking. We've got one bolt there. We've got another one that sits up there on the bracket. We've got another one there. I'm struggling to see what happens down below, but I guess we need to, once we lift it out, in theory all this should just pop off. We need to take a look at obviously the water connections for the heater matrix, and then also the AC connections for the cooling coil. What I want to do also is somehow test these. Now you can see there the guy who had it all set up has sort of tied bits back and done bits and pieces to it to make it just work in one direction. So I do need to order new ones of these, and I'm just going to replace these even if they're good, because they're they're 30 years old. So you can guarantee I'll do this, put it all back together, it'll fail, I will cry, and that will kind of be the legacy of this job, which will be unpleasant. So we've got, looking like it, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. We've got 4, and I think there's another one around this side under there somewhere. I need to take a look. But what I want to do is try and get these on order, so we know straight away that we need the we're going to need the heat exchanger, the evaporator coil, which I think sits somewhere in there. I won't know until I get it all out. But I want to try and get some stuff on order. So I'm going to start by doing some of the, I don't know if you can see those. What's handy about these is they've actually got the part numbers on them. These ones are slightly different. These have got slightly different part numbers on, which you can see there, because these have a slightly different lengths on the actuators. But anyway, I'll climb into that a little bit more and hopefully get some part numbers together so we can start putting this thing apart and get stuff on order. Unfortunately, the Mercedes workshop manual is normally quite good. It just says remove heater unit, and that section isn't in the manual, the 83-100. So I'm going to have a poke about and see if I can find one. So I'm going to start with these, unwrapping these, but what I have noticed is that there's very specific cables which are in these ties. So what I'm going to do is try and tie the ones that I think need to go back in there, just with a little cable tie. And then I'll pull those out of the way. So we've got another one here, look. No, it's the wrong way. So this one you have to pull. There we go. That's out. And this one here, we've got that one, which is basically the main cable there. It's obviously taking photos of all this as well. So we'll pull that out. This bit here is the fibre optic for all the switches. You can see all the ends of the switches that have come out here. I'm sure I'm going to have a bunch of fun getting them back in. Unfortunately for me, I don't know how that comes off. So Yeah, no, I don't know. So that's that bunch of cables. Got a bunch down the bottom here that attached to this bracer bar here. They don't seem to yeah, it doesn't really seem that convoluted. Got this big bunch up here that needs to be done, so we'll get that one moving. Hopefully we'll be able to see a bit more. It'll be a bit more clear once we get the main bunch out of the way, if that makes sense. So pull those. So that's. I'll just stick them down around that lump there. So it all makes sense. Oh, some big old mosquitoes kicking around in here today. So we know where that goes. I've left that tube because I think that tube might be the main vacuum tube because it seems to disappear off up the dashboard. But anyway, I've left that there and I'll pull this through. So that's your reusable clip there. Okay, that's that. That seems to be it for this side. Oh, hello. I'll show you that when I'm taking it out. I think I've just found the next bolt, or the bolt that holds the bottom of the casing. Let me just spin this round here. See my white legs? There you go. So the next bit you've got this cable retainer here. There's your speaker wire there. He just pops off there like that. And then you've got the connector for the fan. He just pulls out there. And that seems to be it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just undo those bolts that you've got this. I'm going to, can you see that down there? I'm just going to undo this connector here for the, so he's out as well, so we'll push that out of the way. Okay. Now what I'm hoping is when I undo the bolts, I think we've got we've got one over here, one over here. Oh Jesus, you can't see it, can you? Hang on. So what I'm hoping is when we undo, oh, where is it? I've lost it. That bolt there, that bolt in there, that bolt under there. I've just found another one there. And we've got this one here, there. So 4 bolts, and I'm hoping it should kind of slide that way, away from the column. So let's get them unbolted and let's just see what happens. Although thinking about it now, what I haven't thought about is obviously the connections, as in the heat exchanger connection and the evaporator connection. So I'm hoping when we get a little bit of movement on it, maybe we can have a better idea on what we're doing. Let's see. So I've had a good look online, and I can't really find anything of any major use. It gives you a comprehensive guide on how to take this out. I can't find it in the Mercedes manual. There's threads online saying they can't find it in the Mercedes manual. So I'm just going to climb into it and see what happens. I think the first thing will be obviously to take out this wiring looms, try and detach the cables but leave all the vacuum pipes on. You've got all your electrical cables here. As I said earlier, we've got a bolt here, bolt there, corresponding bolt on the other side. I don't see anything else but I guess we'll just go until we can't go any further, and then see what happens. So yeah, let's get at it. So we've bowled ahead, and I've done those bolts that we showed before. There's still not a lot of movement. So the next thing is to take off the connections for the AC, which on the expansion valve. So I think we'll do this one first and drop that down to get a bit more space, just to do this one and drop that down. I'm not too worried about the gas because there isn't any. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we'll try and drop that. I'm hoping that that's what's holding it, because I've had a good look around and I cannot find any other bolts that are holding this in place. So anyway, let's see. That's them two out then. I know it looks like there's a lot of space, but the size of the span that you need for that, which I think is a 22, there's not a lot of room to wave that lot around. So you're kind of, yeah, you're going to struggle with that a little bit, but yeah, just persevere with it. Something I did read, which kind of makes a little bit of sense, because the heat exchanger sits under this section here. So what I might just do, and I took one of these like an idiot, I took this clip off earlier on and it's disappeared down here somewhere, so I need to find that at some point. So I might just pop these clips off, see if I can pull this up, and see what's going on. See if I can see what's going on behind. That sounds broken, whatever that was. What's that? Okay, I think that must have been another clip that I didn't realise was there. Oh yeah, there is. There's clips. Ah, right. Okay, there's clips on the back. There's clips. So you've got 4 clips. Okay. So it's almost a little bit like. Right, let me get a little screwdriver in there. We've pushed on a little bit here. So there's the. We've pulled that off because there just wasn't getting any movement on it at all. Now you'll see that there's 2 clips at the back, there's 2 clips at the front, and there's also 2 clips at the side. The back ones are quite difficult. They're not difficult to get to, but you can't see them unless you've got a super small head. I just got a screwdriver in underneath here and managed to feel out with my fingers and pull off the clips. So that was that was a result. But I'm guessing it must be. I'm guessing it must all come out from underneath the bonnet somewhere. So I'm just going to go and have a look. Now the only thing I can assume is obviously this is the heater matrix, which slots in here. These are the pipes that you can see, and I can only see to about here. I can't see these where they're going through the firewall. So there must be, and I assume that the rubber hose is on the other side of the firewall from the drawing that I've just seen, which is, hang on a second, 2 seconds, and I'll find it for you. Excuse me. Sorry. So there, look. It looks like they're just Jubilee clips. The only problem is I'm not entirely sure where they sit. They're obviously not inside the car, so they're obviously in the engine bay somewhere. So I'm going to have to start pulling things out in the engine bay to see if I can find them. Not ideal, no, but I can't find anything online about it, so I think that's a job for tomorrow. It seems that you can see, let me put a bit of light on it. See, these are the heater hoses here and here and here. We're obviously under the bonnet now. I think the hoses that connect into sit somewhere under whatever that is. Let me just, I can't do it one-handed. Hang on a minute. Okay, that's supposed to come out. Let's see if we can get it out. Yeah. Okay, that was easy enough then. We'll just put that to one side there. If we have a look down there we go. Oh, you can't see it. In there, behind the mesh. So I guess we'll take this frame out, which should then allow us to get to those clips, those 3 clips there. Once those 3 clips are out, we should be able to just pull out the heater box. Okay, let's try that. Right, it seems that these have got a bolt on the back. I managed to get one out. I'm assuming that the bolt on the back just fell somewhere, fuck knows where. So we're going to have to remove this trim here and the front trim here just to get behind it and see if we can see where that bolt's gone. Yeah, this is not proving, that's not difficult, it's just a bit more involved. Also, as part of that, to take off this trim, got to take the windscreen wipers off. I'm guessing these haven't been off since they've been out of the factory, so they're proving a little bit stubborn. So we've got some WD-40 on there. I'm going to let that soak for half an hour or so, and then well, actually I've got to go to work now, but yeah, I'll come back and do that this evening. You've got the windscreen wipers on, and you've got these 2 look like seals. They're all cracked. They obviously stop the water. Hang on. Stop the water from going down underneath the windscreen, so I'll have to order a couple of them as well. Okay, so that's out. Just pulls out once you get those clips off that we showed the other day. And there's a little clip that goes here, which just pulls out one of these ones. I'll show you. One of these bad boys. So then that's all out. There we go, and as suspected, there's the back of that nut. Just whoop there, and there's the other nut that fell off when we were undoing it just there. So you can get in there and take this, take the holder out now. Right, so these are the connections for the rear of the heater, for the heat exchanger for the hot water. So you've got your three Jubilee clips effectively. Now I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to get them off because I don't know how I'm going to get anything in there, but let's give it a go and see. Okay, they're not as difficult as I thought they might be actually. You just get a long screwdriver in there. You can get that one there, you can get that one there. This one here, I might have to take that relay out, but we should be able to get those. So I'll get on and start pulling them out. So that middle one's proving a little bit more difficult. So we've had to go with a spanner. Quite slow, but you get there eventually. Pipes are off. A little bit. Yeah. So then there's obviously there's a little bit of water in there. So yeah, try and pull it out now. So it seems that the expansion valve here is tight up against this bracket. So we're going to have to remove this bracket here. There's a bolt up top. Where is it? Bracket that goes all the way around actually. This full bracket here. And there's a bolt here. And there's another bolt somewhere else, which is Hang on a second. Oh, just on the side of the steering column. There. So they look like 13s. We'll get them out and crack on. There's also this bolt here, which is stuck behind the ignition barrel. So I've just dropped off the steering column so I can get to that easily. The journey of discovery continues. So this vent, which sits up there and slots in this section here, sorry my hand's in the way, when you remove it, it shows that the bracket here, got a bolt there and another bolt here and another bolt there. I didn't realise this was all connected together. So we will disconnect that, and hopefully this bracket here that runs, kind of gives a cage all around the side of this. These are all cable tied to it, this bundle here and this bundle here. So we'll get those disconnected, take this bracket out, and then hopefully that'll be it. Let's see. So we've had to take out this side vent here. So we've had to take out that side vent there. Don't forget the cable for the fibre optic, and also this little earthing thing that just pops out. Still not coming out though. Still giving up a fight, so we're going to keep trying. So it seems that the proximity of these vents against the SRS system, the airbag system, there's just not enough room to get everything out. So we've taken this out. There's a clip on this side, a clip on this side, and there's a clip that goes under here, which you can just see is still there. You can get a screwdriver in and just push that down, and then it slides out. There's also a clip for the cable for the rear vents, which if I just show you here, it's all one-handed, sorry. This one here, you just flick that over, and then the cable slides out. So hopefully now it should come out. Let's see. Okay, so this is nice and loose now. That bracket created a bit of a problem. It's hitting the SRS module, but it's, what else have we got? We've got some cables wrapped around this side here, which we've got off now. Something else, which is we've taken off. Cables again. I think she's coming. Oh, that's her. I think she's out.
Right. That's good.
I know, we're snagged on something. What are we snagged on?
Oh, great. I think it's...
Oh, no,
wait.
it's alright, it's alright. It's the... It looks like...
Daddy, now you're in the way of the screen, so we can't see it.
It's alright, it's alright. Thank you for your help.
Right.
Why is that not coming out? Oh, bollocks. Okay. What's this? Oh, where is it stuck? Oh. Okay, right, give us that. You still filming?
Yep. You touch a button. Well, I did go in a...
Right, so what you need to remember to take out is this. As you can see, it's on, kind of, you have to take it out that way. Oh. Right, it's out. And that was a major test of patience, because whichever way you tried to pull it, it kind of, yeah, it was just a pain in the arse. Yeah, look, there's a couple of bits here you can see that are disconnected and not really doing what they should be doing. This all looks mullered, so we definitely need a new one of them, I'd say. we'll do the heat exchanger. So if you remember, the top went on top of here. We've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actuators there. We're going to get all them on order now because they're going to take a few weeks to come. We'll order the new expansion valve. Fortunately, they've all got their part numbers on, which is awesome. Yeah, so we'll get on with tearing this down and make a video with that as well.